Here's they kalo quile English. Translation of the document. Yun Heng quickly explained. It intimian to give you aphrodisiac pills on purpose. I didn't know when a Yao replaced the key. Nourishing pills in this small porcelain bottle with mild aphrodisiacs. Please don't misunderstand. Kiao Wanyan finally showed a flicker of surprise at his always composed expression, believing in her heart that he hadn't intention. Li wanted to make her take the aphrodisiac. She even found it hard to imagine what this man would look like with desire in his eyes. Kiao Wanyan raised an innocent smile. I believe you, young Master Yun. Hearing her say she trusted him, Yun Heng suddenly felt overwhelming guilt. She'd been brought here by his words and had stayed cautious life for days without knowing why. Now, she believed this unbelievable truth he told her. Young Master Yun is a good person. He definitely would entharm me. Beautiful people can easily mislead others even when telling insincere lies. Yun Heng had traveled abroad for a while, but he'd never met a woman who looked as kind as a goddess yet had a heart as vicious as Asnik. Kiao Wanyan suddenly lowered her eyes, her tone melancholy. Although young Master Yun nearly made me take those aphrodisiac pills, I know it was on purpose. But even though you understand, I'm still a little scared. She gently placed a hand on her chest, her delicate eyebrows furrowing like a frightened little rabbit. Yun Heng's shirt trembled, looking at her expression from such a close distance. He felt a tingle down his spine and his mind went blank. How can I ease your mind? Kiao Wanyan slowly lifted her eyes, her clear eyes meeting his. Instead of answering, she asked, how do you think you can ease my mind? Ziyu and the others had been pacing at the entrance for 3 days. Zeelan grew anxious. Why haven't TWE found her yet? Isn't this your family home? Yun Yao was also worried. My brother must have changed the maze. I can't find the entrance anymore. Kiao Yuhuan said gently. Yun Yao's brother is RNO1 divine doctor and must be a kind-hearted person. Although Wanyan was kidnapped to Medicine Master Valley, she definitely won't be in danger. Don Tori, Yunyo, take your time. Zeelan could hold back. Of course you ray not. Worried you ray not the one who was kidnapped. What kind of sister are you anyway? Kiao Yihuan bit her lip. That's not what I meant. Of course I'm worried that Wanyan is missing, but we need to calm down and find a solution instead of panicking. Howing chimed in. That's right. Our miss is kind-hearted. Something someone like you can't understand. Yun Yao felt overwhelmed. You don't teach it. My brother is brilliant at medicine, but difficult to get along with. He does end to know the first thing about being gentle with women. He thinks everyone and everything, except medical books and herbs, are just nuisances. Yunyo fretted. Sister Ayan will definitely be accidentally hurt by my brother. She's so delicate and has no one to protect her. I'm so worried. She could bear to imagine how lonely and helpless Kiao Wanyan must be. Whether her brother might lock her in a dark room for being a nuisance or drug her to keep her quiet. After wandering for a long time, Yun Yao suddenly noticed changes in the maze. Following her instincts, she led the group in one direction, and sure enough, the entrance to Medicine Master Valley appeared. Is this Medicine Master Valley? Kiao Yihuan asked in surprise. It was like apparatus, secluded and peaceful, completely different from the outside world. The chirping of spiritual birds only added to the tranquility. Lu Jina suddenly felt his strength draining away, an uneasy sensation of powerlessness washing over him. Jinjawin said, Your Highness, I suddenly feel weak in my limbs. Before Hugh could respond, Yunyo explained, it's soft bone powder in the air. Medicine Master Valley uses mazes to keep intruders out, but they ray not foolproof. If someone accidentally breaks in, this powder strips even skilled fighters of their strength. In short, even if bad guys got in, they'd be powerless to cause trouble. Before Cheng King threw them out, Yunyo led the group toward the pharmacy, guessing her brother would be there or in his study, but the closer they got, the wider her eyes grew. When they reached the pharmacy door, she stared at the charred ruins in shock. She was sure the pharmacy was here. Had she taken a wrong turn? Ziyu frowned. Is this Medicine Master Valley? Why is it in ruins? It looks like there was a fire recently. Liu Yanyan sneered. Don't tell me Kia Wanyan set it on fire. She's impulsive. If she argued with Yun Yao's brother, she'd definitely burn the place down. No one here would torch their own pharmacy. Yunyo shook her head, unwilling to believe it but worried. Changing Uncle Hang and Aunt Han would never dare burn the pharmacy. Had Sister Ayan really been driven to set it on fire in a fit of anger? Yun Yao's shirt sank. The pharmacy is my brother's lifeblood. If she really burned it, then Sister Ayan. She couldn't bear to think further. Ziyuan's heart clenched at these words. Ziyu's expression darkened. If Kia Wanyan had been in any danger here, Medicine Master Valley wouldn't deserve to exist. Liu Yanyan thought. Typical vicious supporting character. Reckless and short-sighted, only fit to be a foil for the female lead. If it were Yi Huan kidnapped, she'd be treated as an honored guest. My brother must be in the study or listening to Rain Pavilion. The study is closer. Let's check there first. Everyone followed with bated breath, expecting the worst for Kia Wanyan. But when they reached the study, they froze. Kia Wanyan was lounging on a couch reading a book, while Yun Heng, dressed in white like a celestial being, lady on one knee peeling elychi to feed her. Sensing movement at the door, he turned to look. Kia Wanyan was leaning against the couch's armrest, facing away from the door, unaware of the crowd staring. Feeling a cool breeze, she pulled her blanket tighter. Yun Heng glanced at Yunyo relieved, but didn't see old her for sneaking out. He simply ordered calmly, closed the door, assuming it was Chang'an. Kia Wanyan flipped Appage, with her slender white fingers, still holding elychi in her mouth. This lychee isn't sweet. Without thinking, Yun Heng held out his hand to catch it. Accustomed to being waited on, Kia Wanyan spat the small piece of lychee into his palm without a second thought. As naturally as breathing, Yun Yao's jaw dropped. Is this really my brother? What happened to his obsessive cleanliness? When she'd accidentally vomited on him once as a child, he scolded her and skipped her dinner for just a drop. Now he was catching food from someone's mouth? Was she still dreaming? Kiao Yi Huan was equally stunned. Liu Yanyan had assured her the divine Dr. Yun Heng would fall for her and become her greatest ally. She'd believed it 90% based on Liu Yanyan's words and her dreams. But now, doubt crept in. Why is young Master Yun serving Kia Wanyan like a servant? Miss Ziyuan rushed forward first, relieved to see Kia Wanyan unharmed and thriving. She'd been on the edge of panic, hearing Yun Yao's warnings. Thank goodness her miss was blessed and adapted well everywhere. Kia Wanyan started sitting up straight, turning around. She saw the group at the door staring at her. Quickly composing herself, she reacted instinctively, standing up and locking eyes with Ziyu, a mix of grievance and joy in her eyes. Your Highness, she blurted out, then quickly hid her smile and looked away. Ziyu felt a surge of joy at her immediate recognition, but seeing her avoid his gaze, he realized she was still upset. Wanyan, I'm so glad you are safe. I've been worried sick on the way here, Kiao Yuhuan said, visibly relieved. Liu Yanyan sighed inwardly. That's the female lead, always kind even after being hurt. No wonder she deserves everything. Yun Heng's eyes never left Kiao Wanyan. Even with the crowd in the room, he noticed her slight change in expression when she heard Kiao Yihuan's voice and followed her gaze to the other woman. Kiao Yihuan felt his gaze and smiled innocently at him, but Yun Heng merely looked away indifferently. Kiao Yihuan frowned, confused by his obvious impatience. Sister Ayan, I'm so glad you're okay. Brother is so mean, keeping me outside and making me worry for days. Yunyo pouted. Kiao Wanyan smiled softly. squeezing her hand. Your brother just cares about you. He loves you more than anyone. Yun Yao's chubby cheeks turned pink, like early spring peach blossoms, cute and full of vitality. Of course she didn't date Yun Heng. He'd raised her, since their parents died when she was 1. No matter how he acted, she knew he loved her deeply. By the way, brother, why do I see burned houses near the study? What happened? Did a fire start out of nowhere? Yun Heng said flatly. It's dry and windy. Fires can happen unexpected. Lie. Qiao Wanyan looked at him surprised, then smiled faintly. Yun Heng saw it but said nothing, feeling an unexpected sense of satisfaction. Better than inventing the yuking pill. He watched their subtle interaction, his noble features chilling. Yun Yao knew her brother disliked a social Eziang, but with the crown prince here, she felt obliged to introduce him. Yun Heng nodded politely. Yun Heng greets the crown prince. His cool demeanor matched his appearance perfectly. He said coldly, you're too polite, young Master Yun, but I'd like to know why you kidnapped a noblewoman from the capital for no reason. The atmosphere instantly froze. Yun Heng replied calmly, Wanyan has forgiven me. Why should I explain myself to you? The tension grew thicker, no one daring to breathe. Wanyan? Hu's face remained unchanged, but Jinjuan, who'd served him since childhood, knew better. The calmer the crown prince looked, the deadlier his anger. Before Qiao Yihuan could defuse the tension, Qiao Wanyan spoke up, clearly explaining the whole story of how Yun Heng had brought her here. Your Highness, young Master Yun acted only because he didn't know we were heading to Medicine Master Valley. I understand he was worried about his sister. His say is sharpened. Miss Qiao seems to have gotten along very well with him these past few days, otherwise she would be so quick to defend a stranger she'd known for only a few days. Qiao Yihuan smiled gently. It's a good thing Wanyan is getting along with young Master Yun as her sister. I'm relieved. She used to only associate with people she liked, but now she's finally growing up. Here's they call Quile English. Translation of the document. Sister Yu. Qiao Wanyan swallowed her words and bit her lip, deciding not to say more. Yun Heng took it all in, his clear eyes flickering as he glanced at Qiao Yihuan again. Sensing the awkward atmosphere, Yunyo chimed in. Everyone's been through a lot since you were here. Why not rest first? We'll have dinner together tonight and talk then. When Chang'an returned with a plate of grapes he'd washed several times, he found the study full of people. Seeing Yun Yao, he realized she'd out friends from outside. With Chang'an there, Yun Yao asked him to arrange rooms for the guests. The study, just bustling, was suddenly empty except for Yun Heng. He half closed his eyes at the plate of grapes Chang'an had brought once Wanyan had mentioned wanting earlier. After a pause he picked up the grapes and headed toward Liu Guang Pavilion. Chang'an, having settled the guests, saw his master walking toward the pavilion. Sir, the guests are all settled. Yun Heng nodded calmly. Chang'an added, are you taking grapes to Miss Qiao? Let me do it instead. No need. Chang'an stopped, watching his master back with a soft sigh. Uncle Hang had said the jars of pure heart pills and calm mind pills were wasted, and now he agreed, after taking 2 whole jars. Yun Heng was still anything but calm. If not for Miss Qiao's arrival, he'd never have believed his master could act like this. She didn't mean to burn the pharmacy. There was a reason. She saw noble lady and deserves careful care. She's gentle and easily bullied. Forgiving me after being kidnapped shows her kindness. She's not a bad person. Chang'an still thought his master must have been possessed when he said those things with such seriousness. But then again, when Miss Qiao smiled at him, he also thought she could do no wrong. Liu Guang Pavilion. Miss, I'm so glad you're safe. Master and Madam are frantic. Master ordered the news of your disappearance led to protect your reputation. Qiao Wanyan said. He asked Yun Heng to send a letter home 3 days ago. It should reach father and mother soon to ease their worries. Siyuan circled her, expecting she'd suffered without her add-in dance, but seeing her glowing complexion, she couldn't bring herself to ask. Watching how Yunheng waited on her miss, she realized Miss hadn't been kidnapped to suffer. She was here to be pampered like royalty. No wonder her miss was loved by all. Only fools disliked her. Was the crown prince worried about your disappearance? Siyuan nodded. He was frantic, rushing day and night to Medicine Master Valley. Then Qiao Yihuan caught a favor. From exhaustion, he told her to rest, but she insisted on following, making him distracted to care for her. Siyuan ranted, cursing Qiao Yihuan, shouting, and Liu Yanyan until she was red in the face. Miss, you would believe how Liu Yanyan fusses over Qiao Yihuan like a mother. It's disgusting how she fawns over someone who's not even family. Qiao Wanyan could help laughing at her exaggerated expressions. Siyuan pouted. Miss is teasing me again. Did Master Yun give you scar removing ointment? Qiao Wanyan silently unbuttoned her dress to show where a wound had been now as smooth as peeled eggshells. No wonder he saw divine doctor. 3 days and not a trace left. Maybe the Wanyan jade ointment had helped too. Using them together. Miss, what's in all those boxes? Siyuan had been curious since entering, eyeing the stacked wood and boxes behind the screen. Qiao Wanyan smiled proudly. Butterfly grass. Yunheng said he's giving me all these, and he'll send more every year. Before burning the pharmacy, she demoved every box of butterfly grass to Liu Guang Pavilion, sweating profusely from the effort. Only after a bath did she return to the pharmacy to finish her work. Butterfly grass? Siyuan exclaimed. So I'll have its powder every year. Miss had loved the butterfly grass old Master Jin sent, but it had been impossible to buy more. She'd been heartbroken. Qiao Wanyan agreed. Yunheng is worth befriending. This trip to Medicine Master Valley was worth it. I almost want to thank him for kidnapping me. Without figure it out the situation, the door suddenly opened, and Ziyu stood there in a frost-white robe, jade crown holding back his hair, exuding noble authority. His deep eyes were frosty, unreadable. The north wind swirled his robes as he stood against the light, the winter sun casting a divine glow, like a painted masterpiece, almost unreal. Your Highness, Siyuan greeted first. Qiao Wanyan rose, her tone less lively. Greetings, Your Highness. Ziyu was known in the capital for his approachable dignity, but no one knew his true self beneath the mask. Having endured injustice and born into royalty, he despised scheming people most. This cold, unfamiliar side of him led Qiao Wanyan. Grateful to someone who broke the law to hurt you. I think you are wrong. You should thank him. You should beg me to kill him. Yunheng did kidnap me, but he only wanted to lure Yao Yao home. I understand that. Why ask you to kill him? His eyes darkened. Have you thought about the consequences? If news of your disappearance spread, could you still live in the capital? 3 years ago, the second daughter of the Minister of War was kidnapped, and though she returned days later, she died suddenly at home the next day. Everyone in the capital knew the truth but kept silent. Qiao Wanyan said. Siyuan told me father and mother suppressed the news. As long as you and Sister don't speak of it, there'll be no rumors. Ziyu stared coldly. Since when had she become so articulate? She looked away, feeling his oppressive aura. I know you're worried, Your Highness, but you're scaring me like this. Even Ziyu softened at her show of weakness. Footsteps sounded behind him. Yunheng, upright as a pine, carrying a plate of fresh grapes. Crown Prince is here. Please move aside. It's cold. And leaving the door open wastes the charcoal. Wanyan is delicate. She might catch a cold. He ignored him, standing silently before stepping inside. Yunheng closed the door, placing the grapes on the table, as if nothing had happened. Here are the grapes you wanted. Qiao Wanyan glanced at He. Thanks. Yunheng asked, what would you like for dinner? You enjoyed the 8 treasure duck last night. Want it again? Siyuan felt the tension. wondering if she was imagining the suffocating pressure between them. Yes, and Dongan chicken too. Yun Heng nodded. All right. I'll tell An Hang. You rose early, rest now. I'll fetch you when dinner's ready. After he left, the room fell silent. Kia Wanyan said nothing, and He Ziyu merely stared at her. Zilon was about to speak when her miss said, I'm tired, Your Highness. I'd like to rest. He Hu had waited for her to speak, but instead he got a dismissal. He left without a word. Zilon clicked her tongue. Miss, the Crown Prince was worried about you more than ever before. Why push him away? He's angry, Kia Wanyan said, picking up a grape. Zilon frowned. I saw that. He wasn't like that when he arrived. What made him so intimidating? Kia Wanyan said calmly. His anger means he cares, and if he cares, he'll have more to be angry about. For now, he still had feelings for Kiao Yihuan, but once she was gone from his heart, he'd experience all the grievances she endured make him anxious, insecure and obsessed. After dinner everyone retired. Kiao Yihuan couldn't understand why the crown prince hadn't tasked Yun Heng to prepare an antidote for her lingering poison. The dinner had been so tense, she'd lost her appetite. That night, she decided to be bold, leaving Howing to rest. She memorized the route and headed to listening to Rain Pavilion. A knock, and the dark room lit up as Yun Heng opened the door. Need something? He stood in the doorway, not inviting her in. Kiao Yuhuan said softly, Master Yun, I came to ask a favor. After a pause, he finally said, What is it? She took a breath, placing a hand on her shoulder, blushing. I was injured here before. Medicine only see a bed. The wound but left a scar. I hope you can make a scar removing ointment for me. I'd be forever grateful. She looked up shyly, confident he'd agree like she knew the future. This certainty was as instinctive as a sixth sense. Why should I help you? His cold tone stunned her. Pardon? She murmured, wondering if she'd misheard. He repeated, Why should I help you? She froze, at a loss. They just met. Why such hostility? Why embarrass her? Finally she said, You're a healer. Healers have compassion. I heal based on mood. Beyond that, I don't help hypocrites or snakes in sheep's clothing. Kiao Yuhuan was confused. Do you misunderstand me? I've never hurt anyone. I've been bullied since childhood. How can you call me that? Yun Heng thought her shameless, stealing Wanyan's virtues with her words. The arrow wound on your shoulder is karma. If you hadn't planted the cause of hurting others, you wouldn't bear this fruit. She stiffened. Did Kiao Wanyan say something to you? His gaze turned icy. Wanyan is kind. She still spoke up for you, asking me to help and give you the antidote. But do you deserve it? I don't know what you're talking about. She lied, shaking her head. Yun Heng snapped. Shall I tell you how Wanyan got her arrow wound? Can you deny it? Kiao Yuhuan went silent, eyes wide. The door slammed shut. She stood there, frozen, never expecting such rejection. This wasn't right. She was the protagonist. Everyone was supposed to pave her way. Here's they call Quile English. Translation of the document. Kiao Yuhuan knocked again, but the candle in the room suddenly went out, and Yun Heng showed no sign of reappearing. Kiao Yuhuan clenched her fists, baffled by what had gone wrong. Just months ago, though she'd been bullied by Kiao Wanyan, and looked down on by servants at home, outside the Kiao mansion, both young Marquis Zhang and the Crown Prince had treated her exceptionally well with care and protection unlike any other woman. It was all because of Kiao Wanyan. If she had been kidnapped here instead of Kiao Wanyan, would Yun Heng treat her this way? Kiao Wanyan must have lied to Yun Heng, tricking him. Miss, where did you go? Howing asked, spotting her after using the restroom. Kiao Yuhuan shook her head, in no mood to talk. Howing fretted, Did Kiao Wanyan bully you? Tell me, I'll get revenge. Kiao Yuhuan sighed, Howing. Do you think fate has never favored me? Is it wrong for me to be unassuming? Miss, what's really going on? Never mind, go rest. I want to be alone. In the pitch black room, Yun Heng opened his eyes, threw off the covers and got out of bed. "Who's there?" A tall figure emerged from the shadows, stepping into the light. "The soft bone powder in Medicine Master Valley is effective at keeping dangers out," Lu Jinai said coldly. "I need your help, Master Yun. In return, I'll kill someone for you, anyone, even the one in the palace." After a pause he added, "No matter who it is, I'll do my best." Yun Heng was silent for a moment. Many people came to ask for medicine today. What else would anyone come to Medicine Master Valley for if not medicine? Sightseeing? Lu Jinyi had been trying to find Medicine Master Valley and Yun Heng, the genius doctor, ever since Yongju. Now that he stumbled upon it by chance, he wasn't about to miss this opportunity. An assassin trained like a goo worm in Lingzhu Pavilion, who grew wings by stepping on a mountain of corpses, and massacred Lingzhu Pavilion, survived 9 deaths only to be picked up by an arena as a beast. "What medicine do you want from me?" Lu Jinyi's face darkened. "You, Ray, well informed for our clues, Master Yun. I may live in seclusion, but I'm not deaf or blind." Yun Heng replied coolly. "So will you give me the antidote?" Yun Heng didn't speak. He approached under the dim moonlight, took Lu Jinya's hand, and began to feel his pulse. After a moment he said, "Mother-child goo. If the host of the mother goo dies, the child goo host dies too. But if the child goo host dies, the mother goo host lives." Releasing his hand, Yun Heng said, "I have the antidote, but I won't give it to you." Lu Jinyas flared. "Why? You belong to Wanyan. She's probably aware of the mother-child goo on you. Since she has T asked me to give you the antidote. It means she needs the goo to control you. Unru Lai people needed goo poison to keep them in line." Lu Jinai sneered. "Aren't you afraid I'll kill you?" Yun Heng didn't flinch. "You could try, but you'd never leave this courtyard. Guests are affected by soft bone powder, but not the people of Medicine Master Valley." Lu Jinai fell silent, then turned and left without a word. He could kill Yun Heng, but as the man said, his inner strength was suppressed. He died in Medicine Master Valley before he could escape. He wanted the antidote to live, not to be at someone else's mercy. If Yun Heng would end help, he'd go after Kia Wanyan. Liu Yanyan happened to see Ashidao in the distance. Guessing it was Lu Jinyi by height, she hurried after him. Lu Jinai. He glanced at her out of the corner of his eye but kept walking. "I'm talking to you, didn't you hear?" Liu Yanyan huffed. "Where have you been?" "None of your business," he snapped. Liu Yanyan knew his nature. Dangerous in the novel's early stages, a loyal dog for Yi Huan in the later ones. He'd do anything for Yi Huan. A little madman with no limits. She read how satisfying it was when he killed Kiao Wanyan, the vicious supporting character, in the cruelest way. "I advise you to stay away from Kiao Wanyan. She'll never treat anyone well. She saw disaster. Her parents will die because of her, and she'll throw anyone around her under the bus. You will end up no good by her side." He ignored her. Good outcome now? He thought. That vicious woman. Street ABB'd him when she was angry, made him kneel outside in thin clothes when bored, and even had him hold candles all night as punishment. In the arena, they tortured his body. By her side, it was both body and mind. He'd never met someone so hell-bent on tormenting others. To her, he was just a plaything amused by him one moment, leaving him to die the next. Once he got rid of this mother-child goo, he'd teach her Allison. When he was done playing, he'd kill her in the cruelest way possible. "Aren't you listening? I'm trying to help. You'll regret it if you don't listen." Liu Yanyan insisted. "Yi Huan is kind, you should protect her. She'd never treat you like Kia Wanyan does." Lu Jinyi finally looked at her. "Do I look like a masochist who wants to stay by a woman's side?" Liu Yanyan froze, then shouted at his back. "How can you be so ungrateful? I'm trying to help." The night sky was like a vast black silk, blotting out the day-central sunlight. Kia Wanyan sat before a bronze mirror, noting how the herbs and hang had added to her meals these days had made her Complexion rosier, radiant even. Miss Yu Rei on good terms with Master Yun. Why not ask him not to give Qiao Yihuan the antidote? Xiuan suggested. Qiao Yihuan had nearly died from datura poisoning. Imperial doctors saved her but could end to clear the remaining Tishin. Hence the trip to Medicine Master Valley and Qiao Wanyan's timely acquaintance with the divine doctor. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Xiuan thought. If Yi Huan dies from the Tishin, Miss will have the crown prince all to herself. If Qiao Yuhuan dies, you won't have to worry about her stealing the crown prince. Who in the capital could compete with you then? Xiuan wondered why her miss hadn't tried to kill Qiao Yihuan yet. Opportunities abounded. Even if suspicion fell on Miss, Master Qiao would protect her. Qiao Wanyan eyed the golden hairpin in her hand, suppressing the killing intent in her eyes. She could kill Qiao Yihuan. The last time she tried to harm her indirectly, she decollapsed into a coma. She didn't know how long she'd lie unconscious if she tried to kill Yihuan, or if she'd wake up at all, or maybe even if she did kill Yihuan, the girl would stay dead. In her post-coma dream, she'd asked if Heaven's path would still favor Yihuan if she stopped being a kind, gentle soul. The mist hadn't answered, changing the subject instead. That meant there was a chance to change her fate. Look out for number 1. She was born noble, mastered everything from poetry to etiquette, destined for glory. Why should she sacrifice her life to set off another woman's luck? There was no fairness in the world, only winners and losers. Winners wrote the rules and judged right from wrong. 100 years ago, Deus' founding emperor rebelled against a mediocre but not tyrannical predecessor, claiming the old emperor had lost virtue. No one cared about the truth. Centuries later, would commoners even know it? And if they did, what could they do? Stroking her long hair, Qiao Wanyan smiled at her reflection. Xiuan, I'm a kind and compassionate person. How could ignore my sister's BPLite? Xiuan was confused. Her miss was many things, but compassionate? Qiao Wanyan added. I'll definitely ask for medicine for her in front of everyone, but whether the antidote she gets actually works, who knows? Before Xiuan could reply, she heard a sound at the door, rushed over, and flung it open. Stop, she barked. Liu Yanyan, caught sneaking away, froze awkwardly and angrily. She'd come to confront Qiao Wanyan. Was she also a book transmigrator? Why else would Lu Jinai, meant for Yuhuan, be by her side? Why was Yunyo attached to her, and the crown prince suddenly caring? Even Yi Huan's life-saving arrow block had been stolen by Qiao Wanyan. If she was a transmigrator too, Liu Yanyan would warn her as a fellow traveler. Don't fight the female lead. Supporting characters who say the female lead end up dead and miserable. Better to tag along and get a share of the benefits than gamble and lose everything. Xiuan dragged Liu Yanyan inside and shut the door. Miss Liu Yanyan was eavesdropping. Outside, up to no good. Qiao Wanyan wore a lotus pink nightdress, the sheer fabric floating elegant. Lie as she stood, bare-faced, with hair cascading like black silk. Even Liu Yanyan had to admit the cliche vicious supporting character was stunning. But no matter how beautiful, she'd never have the female lead. Slug of effortless love. Palace jade nectar wine. Liu Yanyan blurted out unexpectedly. Qiao Wanyan didn't look up, sipping tea from a porcelain cup with lazy nonchalance. No need for code words. Just say what you want. What's with the random palace wine reference? Testing me? Qiao Wanyan thought. She was about to show weakness. Maybe she'd learn something interesting. How dare a commoner try to trick her? Did she think the Qiao family hadn't taught their daughter how to handle schemers? Liu Yanyan was surprised. She'd expected Qiao Wanyan to either finish the rhyme 180 coins up or look confused, either way, revealing if she was a transmigrator. But now she could tell. Still, Qiao Wanyan's calmness made her suspect she was a transmigrator, just despising to play along. Liu Yanyan tried another test. Do you know who the female lead is? Qiao Wanyan's hand paused. She looked up, eyes deep and unreadable. I don't like beating around the bush. Liu Yanyan said, your answer will decide if I keep talking to you. Qiao Wanyan set down her cup, staring her down. Finally she said, Qiao Yuhuan. Liu Yanyan frowned. I knew it. She's a transmigrator too. Stealing the female lead's destiny. Here's they call Quile English. Translation of the document. Liu Yanyan said, since you know Yuhuan is the female lead, why bully her like the original character? We modern people from the 23rd century. We should have open minds and morals, not climb to the top at all costs, by stepping on others' blood. Qiao Wanyan was confused. 23rd century? Modern people? But if I don't fight, I'll end up miserable. Liu Yanyan grabbed her hand earnestly. Sister, you're going down the wrong path. As long as you don't act like the original villain, you won't die a tragic death. She urged, stick with the female lead. Even if you can't be crown princess, you can marry a nobleman. I don't know your modern family, but here you can turn your life around and live in peace and wealth. Watching Liu Yanyan's pleading expression, Qiao Wanyan resisted the urge to push her away. How do you know all this? Liu Yanyan smiled. From a novel. You must have read it too, or you would end to know to steal Lu Jingyi and Yun Yao from Yi Huan. But we can still fix this. Novel? Plot? Liu Yanyan must mean storybooks, but she didn't seem from Deu. He Hu is the male lead, destined to become emperor. Yi Huan is the female lead, destined to be empress. If we support her, we'll have amazing lives. Liu Yanyan's vision of the future made her less wary. Qiao Wanyan half closed her eyes. He's Yu, destined to be emperor. The storybooks she read had intended, yet she'd wondered if he and Li's rebellion would change the throne's fate. But Liu Yanyan's certainty settled it. Her goal was clear. Why take risks? Am I right? Liu Yanyan asked brightly. Qiao Wanyan nodded. Liu Yanyan beamed. Glad you understand. We fellow travelers should help each other. Make sure Yun Heng gives Yi Huan the real antidote, no tricks, and get her scar cream. Your past actions were too harsh, so she dared their earlier conversation. That low-life Lu Jingyi let her eavesdrop. He needs punishment. This reminded Qiao Wanyan to be cautious with her words. Liu Yanyan felt an unexpected kinship, like finding family in a foreign land. Qiao Wanyan had many questions but stayed quiet. She wasn't a fellow traveler, and too many words would arouse suspicion. Unbelievable, we're both transmigrators. We should help Yi Huan become crown princess. Together, you got the villainous role, which is worse than my extra. Qiao Wanyan raised an eyebrow. Worse? Of course. Being stuck as a Vili character, how unlucky. Where are you from? Maybe we're really from the same city. Qiao Wanyan dodged the question. Where are you from? Beishi. You? Qiao Wanyan feigned surprise. Coincidence. Me too. Liu Yanyan gasped. Really? I was eating hot pot with friends one day, then got hit by a car on my way to work and woke up here. How'd you come? Car accident? Died and came here. What was Liu Yanyan? Not from neighboring countries. Maybe not even from Juju. The thought chilled Qiao Wanyan. I died of tuberculosis. Liu Yanyan frowned. Tuberculosis? That's curable. But Qiao Wanyan's scum smile made her uneasy. Now, she realized Qiao Wanyan had said little, only given vague answers. Wait, maybe she's not a transmigrator. How does she know Yi Huan is the female lead? She's testing me. Liu Yanyan tried to stay calm. I miss Beishi's stinky tofu. So depressing we can eat it here. Qiao Wanyan smiled. Yes, so nostalgic. Liu Yanyan froze. Beishi's specialty is in stinky tofu. She's not a transmigrator. Wanyan, let's talk later. It's late. We'll chat all night when we return to the capital. She turned to leave, panicked. Suddenly, her hair was yanked back. She stumbled, nearly falling. Qiao Wanyan leaned close, smiling sweetly. Oops, did I slip up? Which word gave it away? Liu Yanyan struggled, but her hair was gripped tight. The gentle voice in her ear sounded like Adamon's playful but deadly. Like a predator toying with prey. Terrifying. How does she know future events if she's not from the novel? Why tremble? Weren't we supposed to help each other? Why run when I ask about the future? Qiao Wanyan's tone was casual, but Liu Yanyan shuddered. Let me go. Liu Yanyan screamed, mustering courage to fight free. Qiao Wanyan pulled out her silver hairpin and pressed it to her neck. Yi Huan is the female lead. She has everything, but her lack. A only has a keep silver pin? Seeing Liu Yanyan freeze, Qiao Wanyan laughed coldly. You re good at painting dreams. Want to be my dog instead? I'll throw you a bone when I'm happy. Liu Yanyan felt the pin sedge on her skin. One move would draw blood. She knew Qiao Wanyan would kill her without hesitation. Gone was her superiority as a modern person. She was just a mediocre nobody, out of her depth in a hierarchical world where her life meant nothing. Join me, and I'll give you everything I can. Qiao Wanyan offered. Refuse, and I can't let a threat live. Understand? Liu Yanyan's only advantage was knowing the plot. If Qiao Wanyan learned too much, she'd be disposable. Xiuan snapped. What's there to think about? You're lucky to serve my miss. Qiao Wanyan stayed silent and she'd die. I'll join you. I'll help. Liu Yanyan gasped, terrified. Qiao Wanyan asked, after I die, does Yahuan keep her empress position? When he Yanli rebels, does he kill He Xiu and take the throne? This is my trump card. If she answered, she'd be silenced. If not, maybe she could bargain later. But with the pin at her throat, her mind went blank. Xiuan snarled, answer. You're stalling. Wanyan, is Yanyan here with you? Qiao Yihuan's voice came from outside the door. Qiao Wanyan ignored the guest, but her brows furrowed when she heard Qiao Yihuan speak again. Your Highness. Lu Jinyi said Yanyan came toward Wanyan's courtyard. Ishled knock and ask. The crown prince is at the door too? Qiao Yihuan knocked, puzzled by the lit candle inside, but no response. Wanyan, are you asleep? The door creaked open. Xiuan bowed respectfully. Greetings to the crown prince and first miss. Qiao Yihuan asked gently, stepping inside. Xiuan, is Yanyan here? Xiuan instinctively blocked her path. Anxious. Xiuan, why are you stopping me? There must be something they didn't want her to see. Qiao Yihuan didn't barge in but asked urgently. He Hu didn't look inside, just studied Xiuan's forced calmness. Something is being hidden. Yun Heng. He was already asleep and would NT be here. Yahuan, it's late. Liu Yanyan isn't a child. Rest now, you'll see her tomorrow. He Hu said flatly. Xiuan chimed in. Yes, your highness. Miss is asleep, and I was about to blow out the candles. Qiao Yihuan bit her lip. But your highness, she's in an unfamiliar place. I worry she might get lost. He Hu reassured her. Jinjuan will search everywhere. You'll see her tomorrow. Though reluctant, Qiao Yihuan nodded. He Ziyu turned to leave without hesitation, escorting her back. At her door, Qiao Yihuan blushed. She lied. Thank you for escorting me, your highness. No need to thank me. Rest early. You too, your highness. It's cold, go rest quickly. In Liu Guang Pavilion, Xiuan eyed the unconscious woman, wondering how to dispose of her. Miss, should we kill her and be done with it? She hesitated. But you haven't gotten your answers yet. It's a waste. And how would we hide the body here? Qiao Wanyan asked Xiuan. Aren't you curious about what we talked about? Xiuan shook her head. I didn't understand. But if you wanted me to know, you'd tell me. Why ask? She was simple, she just did as told. Too much. Thinking ruined her appetite for pork elbows. Qiao Wanyan smiled, pinching her chubby cheek. Good girl. You Ray worth the trouble. In the storybooks, Xiuan died for her, clutching her hand with a sword in her chest, smiling through the pain. I won't let that happen again. We can kill her yet. I still have questions. It's not safe here, we'll deal with her in the capital. Xiuan fretted. But how do we keep her quiet on the way? What if she talks? Kia Wanyan stared at Liu Yanyan's unconscious face. For some, bribe with money. For others, use family. For her, her own life matters most. Siwon's eyes lit up. You mean? Kia Wanyan teased. Mean what? Let's see if we're on the same page. Siwon deflated. I didn't know. I just pretended to understand. Kia Wanyan laughed. Stay here and don't let anyone in. I'm going to Yunheng's pavilion. Yunheng had never had such a restless night. Every time he tried to sleep, someone disturbed him. He wanted to kick everyone out of Medicine Master Valley except Wanyan. Annoyed, he stood by the door without opening it. No. Medicine requests at midnight. It's rude to disturb others. He desecluted himself to avoid trouble. If not for Ah Yao running away, these nuisances wouldn't be here. Silence. Then a mournful voice said, Fine, I'll leave since you hate me so much. Yunheng froze, opening the door to see Kia Wanyan's backlit figure in the moonlight. Wanyan? She didn't stop. He chased after her, blocking her path. I didn't know it was you. Don't be angry. Ishuld and they've spoken like that. Under the moon, her eyes shimmered red as she looked up at his guilty expression. Who else came to see you? Yunheng told her truthfully. So Lu Jinyi had come for the goo antidote. But why would Yunheng give it to him now? Did you need something? It's cold outside, come in. She followed him in. It needs something seem lie. And I don't want prying ears. I want a poison that does end kill immediately. He turned to his inner chamber, returning with a small porcelain bottle. Kenshin, broken heart, take the antidote every half month to survive, or your heart will rot from within. In 3 days, red pills are poison. Black are half-month antidotes. White is an instant antidote. Aren't you going to ask why? For Lu Jinai, I assume. He's unruly. But the goo should be enough. Use this if you need extra control. She didn't correct him. Let him think it was for the assassin. He'd kill me if not for the goo. Yunheng left again, returning with another bottle. I didn't like making poisons. This is from years ago. He handed it to her. It won't kill, but it will make them wish they were dead for 3 hours. She blinked, eyes brightening. Is that too cruel? He laughed. Wanyan, your excitement is showing. Oops. Was it that obvious? She left with both bottles, intending to silence Liu Yanyan but also getting something for Lu Jinyi. Lucky him. Liu Yanyan's father was a renowned doctor in Yongju, so she could trick her with sugar pills. The real poison was necessary. As the cold wind hit, she pulled her fox fur cape tighter, lost in thought. What is this 23rd century? Modern people? Novels? Car accidents? Where did Liu Yanyan come from if not Juju? Definite lie, not egged gods. Would NT be this foolish? She spotted Lu Jinyi and beckoned him over. Have you forgotten you Ray, my dog? I saved your life, you should grovel and protect me. He stared back coldly. You saw me get kidnapped by Medicine Master Valley and didn't save me, hoping to follow and find the entrance. She grabbed his chin roughly. Too bad you lost track. Yunheng is my friend, he won't help you. Patting his cheek, she smiled sweetly. Don't worry. I won't kill you, just make you suffer. He scoffed. So kind, master. Her smile turned radiant. Everyone says so. She turned to leave but called back. Oh, you Ray, standing guard. Tonight, on your knees, back in the capital. She to make sure he suffered properly. For now, she hadn't finished business. He watched her go, smirking. Sleep tight, master. Her hands were icy from the cold, and she hurried back. But when she opened the door, she froze. Hugh sat in the mahogany chair, tapping the armrest rhythmically. His dark eyes bore into her unreadable. Zilan knelt silently, not daring to breathe.